Hey everyone, this is Eric Martin, the voice of Mr. Big, and you're listening to me and my new best friends, the guys that smell like soup, Steve, BC, BB, and Dylan, on the Potter Than Hell podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is your last stop on the crazy train of hard rock and heavy metal. So sit back, buckle in, and hang on. Here we go.
Hello, Potter Than Hellions, and welcome back to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is BB, your host. In today's episode, I am joined by
Steve.
And
That's it.
Crickets here today.
Crickets and tumbleweeds.
Just me and Wrighty, like the good old days of like we were back in Nashville when we did the
Rough Cut
2 album reviews.
That's right. We haven't done an episode together, just you and I, since then. I don't think. That was like 3 years ago.
Man, oh man.
Pre-pandemic.
See, because we all would be fighting over something, you know.
That's true.
It'd be a boxing match instead of a podcast episode.
That's true. Well, the good thing is, at least you picked what we're doing today, so that you won't be picking on my picks.
Exactly. Now it's just opinions only.
Yep.
So, Buddy, Righty, what have you been up to? What's going on in Righty world?
Nothing. Just got out of work. We're recording a little early today for us, which is good. We can get out of the way and we can go on with our lives here. It's the 21st of July, I think today is, right? 21st? Yeah.
No.
I think
Yep.
21st. Then it's hot as balls outside, so if you hear a little noise, that's the ceiling fan running here. But good, though. You know, same shit. Getting ready. Just got back from Virginia the other day, and you were on vacation as well too. Had a great time down at my cousin's. Got to see my little baby cousin that I had. You know, she's only 2 months old. Awesome, and that's probably about it for now.
Nice. Yeah, like you said, we were down at Haroba Beach. Went down there for a couple of days just to get away from the chaos and craziness around here. Came back a couple of days early. We have some stuff going on, and tomorrow's Killian's birthday. So Killian, happy birthday to you, buddy.
Happy birthday, Killian.
Number 18.
Damn.
So, you know.
It's my godson.
They're getting old and we're getting young.
I know.
And then a great little story. We're sitting on the beach. My older son, Monday, he for the summer, he's cutting grass at a local cemetery. And it rained Sunday night into Monday, I guess. So they said, you know, don't even worry about coming in. We ordered a couch like a month ago. They decided to come Monday and deliver it. Without calling me, without texting me, without giving me a window. Oh, we'll be between here and here.
Really?
Knock on the door. Colin's like, can I help you? Oh, yeah, we're here to deliver your couch. And Colin's like,
of all times.
They're not home? Oh, I don't know. This is the time that we were given. Where do you want it? Colin goes, I guess on the porch. So, long story short, he calls up a couple of his buddies. They take the old couch out. They put the new couch in, so... You know.
You could have called me. I would have came down.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said I wasn't worried. I said I'm sure I can call Steve or Carson or BC or a couple of my buddies at work. I had no worries. I'm just glad he kind of took the hiatus to get it in there. And
I'm glad he stepped up. He's becoming an adult.
I was surprised.
Well, he is an adult, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They'll always be kids to us.
Yeah, because if that was me back in the day, I would leave it on the porch. But yeah, I was very surprised that he got that in. So Colin, thank you.
What'd you do with the old couch?
Garbage.
Come on, you gotta. It's ritual. You gotta take all your old furniture to the firehouse. That's where furniture goes to fucking die.
Yeah, right. That's true. Would add another love seat and couch to add to the collection. Oh, funny. But let's recap last week's episode, right? If I'm correct on this, we did our halfway albums.
We did. Had a good time. I enjoyed that. I like we like new music here on the Potter Than Hell podcast, and I did the Kiss and Dynamite album, which I said on the episode, it was one that I just kind of picked because I had listened to before, but then once I get into it, I was like, absolutely love it. Not a skip around there for me. You guys had great picks too. You did MSG Universal. BC did Saxon Carpe Diem. Dylan did Ghost Imperia. And I thought it was good. I liked the episode. It was fun. We had a good time talking about it. What'd you think?
Yeah, definitely. It was a good mix of new music that's out there. From the shredding to MSG to the the craziness and 87 time changes in a song from Ghost. Kiss of Dynamite, great melodic band that you don't hear of, and Saxon, of course. It seems like Saxon, just like some other bands, they just keep getting better and better. Great stuff, and it just lets everybody know there's still good music out there. Bands from back in the 80s still releasing stuff. So, hopefully everybody out there is enjoying some new music out there. Just like Wrighty always says, you got to do your homework. Get at least one album in a week. Listen to it front to back. You'll feel better about yourself.
Yeah, and I liked it too because we kind of mine was like a melodic hard rock album. BC's was like a straightforward like classic metal album. Yours was kind of like that, but with like a little newer tinge with all the different guests and shit that he had on there. And then Dylan with Ghost was just like totally not any three of those three bands at all, and just different. I liked how that everyone kind of brought something different to the table. It wasn't all just like Hammerfall and Maiden and you know what I mean,
right.
stuff like and that thing. So we kind of had a little different variety going on there. So I like that.
Yeah, that was great. Everybody had a good pick for sure. And how about now, Righty? What have you been listening to these days?
I actually got a lot of stuff to listen to. I went on, like I said, went on vacation, so I had a long playlist going on there too. And I gave my wife a break in the action as well on the way down, the way home. So we listened to a little '80s on 8. So we had everything from Michael Jackson Beat It to freaking Culture Club and crap like that. And but as far as listening to different albums and stuff like that, I cannot get enough of the Dio Joe Barresi remix of Holy Diver. It is fucking phenomenal. And that Joe Barresi sounds like he'd be a character on The Sopranos or something, right. Crazy Joe Barresi or something like that. And there's actually an album that I just came across in the new releases, I think it was last week or the week before, and they're called LA Cobra, and the album is called Superstition. And it's really good. At first I said, I'm like, another freaking LA name band. But it was actually pretty good. The vocals were a little different for me. That, and I listened to the new Beth Blade and the Beautiful Disasters album. It's called Mythos, Confession, Tragedies, and Love, which is, for me a little bit of a long title. But and that's good too. And she's out playing shows. She's doing some shows with Thunder now, I guess. And fantastic. So if you guys haven't checked her out, check out her and her band. We saw her on Kiss Cruise 6, I think it was. And she just kicked ass. She plays the Paul Stanley Iceman guitar, fucking excellent. So check them out too.
Yeah, definitely. I've been loving the new Skid Row song, "Tear It Down." Love that. I don't even know if we even mentioned that last. I don't think it was even out then.
It might not have been. You know what? You know what's weird? And I thought Skid Row was fucking with us. I don't know what happened with my iTunes when I clicked on that the day it came out, and I'm like listening, and literally it downloaded as like a minute of silence. Oh. And I'm thinking, are they like, why are they fucking with us like that? You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to a new song from, with Eric singing and stuff. And literally, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, maybe, I don't know, maybe my phone's on, how like on Spotify you could do like a 30-second sample of a song or something. Right. I thought it was maybe something along the lines of that. I'm like, what the fuck? And then people are, I think in our text group, like Sonny put it up there, and he's like, "Meh, of course." And then Steven was liking it and stuff. And then I'm like, now these guys are fucking with me, like saying it's a good song, and it's a fucking minute of fucking silence. I'm like, what the fuck? So then I'm like, you know what? And then other people were saying that it was good, like on Facebook and stuff. So I'm like, you know what? So I went back in, I deleted it out of my library, and then I clicked on it again, and it was the actual song. So I did like it. I really liked it. It was good. But it just had me, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? But it must have just been a glitch in the Apple Music or something.
Right. Yeah, and the video is kind of cool, too. They're tearing down, it seems like it's an old burnt house somewhere in Jersey.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's neat, and they're just playing right in the road, and the demolition team is there with their big cranes and just knocking the building down. So it's kind of cool. And I've been trying to get a little ahead of myself so we have a good list for the best albums of 2022. I checked out a new album from White Wolf. It's called "Victim of the Spotlight." These guys, it seems like they've been around a while. I think they're off of that Escape label. They're not the Frontiers album. I think they're Escape or Atomic. I think they're a German band. But some good stuff. Lot of crazy guitar work. Melodic, a little bit harder melodic stuff. So really, really good stuff. So everybody check that out, what we're all listening to, because you will definitely not be disappointed. And lastly, let's get into a little bit of the news, Righty.
One thing we touched on the last time we recorded was Nita Strauss leaving Alice Cooper. And she has since hooked up with Demi DeVito or Levito
Demi Lovato.
Whatever the hell her name is. And there's a new song released, I guess, with her playing on it, I guess.
I don't think...
No. She was on TV. She was on
one of the night
Jimmy
shows.
Kimmel.
On
Jimmy Kimmel, that's what it was.
Yes.
I didn't hate the song.
I didn't
hate it. I didn't love it, but I had no idea what kind of music she played. Like, no idea. I was thinking it would be something like a Pink, maybe, something like that. I didn't mind it. It was okay, but, like, I know that she's the name, but, like, at least, Alice Cooper, like, he let the band be, like, have lights on him and shit.
Right.
So, like, the whole band was just, like, in the background. She's rocking out. It was cool. She had shorts on. I noticed that. I didn't hate the song, but, it wasn't, it's not Alice Cooper for sure,
No.
I was kind of hoping she was going with Whitesnake, but...
Yeah, it was funny to see her. She had shorts on. I think she even had, like, a collared shirt. She almost looked like a skater girl, in a way.
Yeah,
and she had a white guitar. I'm like, it just... Like, the whole new look...
It's not what you were used to seeing from her.
Right, exactly. But I asked my daughter, she's 16, so she knows... I'm like, is this Demi Lovato still, like, a big thing? She's like, oh, my God, yeah, she just released a new album. I'm like, oh, yeah. I said, we know the touring guitarist. We met her a couple times. What? And I had to go in the story, show her the picture. Oh, my God, you guys are crazy. But I guess the album is called Holy Fuck. But it's FVCK. So you can, and there's a lot of, like... I think there's only 2 songs released off the album. But I guess there's a lot of language problems. There's all the little E thing on there for explicit, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know if she's turning... Because I know she used to do, like, this Disney stuff back in the day.
Trying to get edgier
so now
or something.
She's, taking that right turn into throwing some F-bombs around. And but who knows? I'm sure that Nita's doubling her bank account, playing with her.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
it's funny, too, that we did the meet and greet with her a couple of years ago down in Ardmore. And... she was opening for the guitar player we're going to be talking about this evening as well, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And so yeah, hey, I wish her all the luck. People are I'm like, dude, just like number one, it's her life. Number two, you got to get a paycheck. And the only thing that I'm upset about is, and I may have said it before, that we're probably not going to get her playing on an Alice album,
right?
Because the next album he was supposed to tour with. Or to record with was the touring band, but Kane Roberts is back in the Rambo dude that he had for the album Raise Your Fist and Yell. I think he was on, so he's back in Alice Cooper touring. So I would assume that they're probably just going to record with him because they were a pretty decent writing team. There's some good stuff on that album, and he was really cool. I remember he had I don't know if you remember, he had that like machine gun guitar. It was cool as shit. So that's the only thing that I'm upset about, that she's not with Alice anymore. But people were flipping out like, it's her life, number one, and you got to get paid, and more power to her. Good, good luck.
Got to go where the bank is.
And she's putting out another solo album. I guess apparently it's recorded, so it'll be with her boyfriend drummer Josh, and then with the keyboard player Kat, and then I'm not sure. I'm going to assume she probably would play bass because I think she played the bass on the first album as well, but I'm not sure. But that was cool though. Hey, like I said, good luck, Nita. More power to you.
Definitely. And then another thing. How about Pantera? How about these rumors, Righty?
Not rumors.
I don't know. Is the contract signed?
It's fact because they were saying Zakk Wylde's official Facebook page. Someone said, "Is this true?" And they said, "Yeah, he's doing it." So
wow.
It's. What do you think?
I'm super excited. Phil and Rex. I'm really surprised they must have been. There must have been a little pressure from somewhere because you think about it. That was like the big rumor, when the brothers passed away. We got to get Zakk Wylde on guitar. That's the only guy who would, even bring anything to the band. But Charlie Benante coming from Anthrax, man. It's gonna be a slammer of a lineup for sure. I can't wait to hear what they do with this.
No, I can't either. And once again, you're getting the people. It's not Pantera. We know it's not Pantera. I mean, would I have preferred that they called it, Pantera featuring Charlie Bennett and Zakk Wylde or something like that? Whatever. But you know what? I was talking to BC for a little bit today. I had to stop in the firehouse for something, and we were kind of chatting about it for a couple minutes. And I said, it's Zach's name has, like you had mentioned, Zach's name had been thrown out there forever. I don't even know if the body was stiff yet, and
right.
people were
dirt was
throwing,
even on the
throwing
grave
Zach's
yet.
name out there as a replacement or whatever, and that was way before Vinny had passed away as well. But I never got to see Pantera live. I never got to see Pantera live.
No, neither of us.
They never really came near here that I can remember, because I don't remember going, fuck, I miss Pantera. You know what I mean? It just seemed like I never had the opportunity to see them. But I'm just happy that we could get to see the songs played live, and that the band is going to do it justice. They're for as many problems as Phil Anselmo had over the years, I think that they're not going to do anything to tarnish the legacy of Pantera, although some people are probably saying they already are,
right.
But Rex Brown put out that solo album a couple years ago. It was great. It was excellent. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope that they play, around here. I don't see them doing arenas or anything. I could see them doing maybe a Kirby Center or
right. Yeah, little theater
the Sands
thing.
or something like that, or Wind Creek or whatever the hell it's called this week. But I'm looking forward to it. For as crazy and shit as Zach can get, he's going to take it seriously. Charlie Bennett, freaking fantastic fucking drummer, and he's got the chops to do it. Zach has the chops to do it. I think it's going to be cool. I don't know if I don't really know if they would record anything, but you may get a live album out of it.
Yeah, maybe.
You may.
And maybe do here's your bonus track. We did one song.
And also, too, I could see them throwing a BLS song in there and then maybe an Anthrax song in their set. Why not? You know what I mean? Give everybody a little piece of the pie in the live show. I think that would be cool. Hear Phil Anselmo sing Metal Thrashing Mad or I'm the Man, or imagine him singing I'm the Man. I'm the Man, I'm the Man. And have him do a BLS song,
I'm sure they'll do In This River. They would probably have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
That was the first thing when you started saying, I'm like, they'll have to do that.
And a rockin' one too.
And a
rockin' one too. So so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's going to be a really it's just the only thing that sucks at where we are, we have to either go 2 hours north, south, east, or west to check them out, if not longer.
Right. You may see them at Electric Factory in Philly. You may see them at that any of the places in New York City, like the Gramercy or the Sony Theater.
That's probably where
we saw King Diamond and stuff. Probably places like that. But that would be Frank worthy.
That is true, definitely.
So we would definitely. I think that would be a good trip to get our personal driver that we hire to go to these longer shows where we can just party and leave the driving to Frank.
Right. And leave the drinking to us.
That's right. He knows all the spots to stop so we can hit the bathroom too.
Fantastic. Frank, thank you. All the times you've been carting us all over the place. All right, I think that's it. So let's get into this little episode. So I think this just came up, just to kind of give a couple guys, Dylan and BC the week off. It's summertime, so much shit going on, and everybody running here and there. It's kind of just one of those, let's give everybody a break and do something with Steve. And it was just one of those, just pick a band. Just pick a band. I tried to go with a band that Steve was very familiar with, and then when I went with the band who Steve was not so familiar with, I think. So he picked the not so familiar. So I'm very excited to hear his take on these albums. But we're gonna go over the second and third album from Mr. Big. We already went over the first episode, the first self-titled debut album from those guys, in my birthday episode in December. So if you want to hear what we thought about that album, check that out, because that is a really, really good album. Album number 2, they called Lean Into It. Like I said, it's their second studio album. It was released March 26th, 1991. It actually peaked at 15 on the Billboard 200 charts, and they had a number one song off this album that we will talk about a little bit later. But let's kind of go over what do you think of the cover, Righty? So the album cover is actually a picture of a train accident that occurred in 1895 in Gare Montparnasse station in France.
I think it's pretty cool. It's lean into it. You can see that the train's leaning out of the building. Old black and white picture, but it's pretty cool. Imagine being on that fucking train,
Oy.
or in that station when that barrels through there and just crashes out into the street. I don't have any more information other than like what you had of where it was, but I hope no one was killed. Although I can't see how no one could have not been killed in that accident. But pretty cool album cover. It's it's weird too for me because it's like. It's cool, but it doesn't like really catch your eye. You know what I mean? Like it's not
kind of
because the black and white,
and white, and then you get the red Mr. Big. You're like, eh.
But I think it's cool. But like I said, it's not one that I would be going through and going, oh shit.
Right.
I'm trying to think of when I got. I remember. I had the debut album obviously. And I think I didn't get this one right when it came out, but I got it, pretty close, within a month of when it came out and stuff, because they had videos on the air and stuff like on MTV and that shit. And I just remember, and even back then, as a music fan, this came out, 91. And, like, at this point, like, for me personally listening to music, I'm like, okay, they're playing ballads on the radio and on MTV. You know that there's way better shit on these albums than what they're putting out as singles and stuff like that. Because, and we'll get into the songs, but I mean, there's definitely some good stuff on here.
Yeah, it's I was kind of turned on by these guys. My buddy's brother had the debut album. Like, and if my memory is correct, there was really no like radio slow songs on that album whatsoever. It was just straightforward, just like rock music, and you're like, wow, these guys are good. And then, as we go on to this album, you'll kind of know where the music genre was going at this time. But yeah, great album. Just had their 30th anniversary of this album. They did a reissue, a nice vinyl. It's a red. I think it's red and white splattered vinyl.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
Do you? I didn't get that.
I had to order it from that place down in that Easton Mall spin around.
I've never been there.
Sorry for killing their name, but yeah, they're in a mall in Easton, and it's a nice big. So I had to order it online from those guys because everybody else was just sold out of it. But it opens up with the song Daddy, Brother, Lover, Little Boy. Great opening track. They actually released this as their number one single off this album. They kind of call this like an electric drill song in a way, but it starts off with a really cool chugging riff. It's a fast up-tempo beat, drum beat to it. I love Eric's vocals throughout this whole album. He has a great tone to his voice. It always used to suck me in. Billy and Paul's back and forth guitar playing and bass playing is really, really good. The solos kind of neat. They do this when they do these songs live, so I'm not 100% sure how they recorded it, but they actually have 3 guitar picks that are actually glued to a drill bit, and they just let the drill go and they strum along and let the pick do the talking, and they're moving up and down the fret, which is really, really cool. But I always loved how these guys sounded because it was one of those things that you hear every instrument in the band. Sometimes like you hear like a guitar, I don't know who to bring up, but I love how Billy's bass is turned up just a little bit. You can actually hear all 3 instruments, and I absolutely love that about these guys. It's just a great production, crisp album. I love how they started off this album What do you think about the first opening track, Righty?
I like it. I think it's good. I think it sets the tone for the whole album. It's there. Now that noise at the beginning, that's not like the drill though.
No,
it's like
no,
some
it's
kind
in
of rumbling
it's in
thing
the
they got
it's in
going.
more towards the beginning of the solo.
Yeah, I mean, good maybe like 3/4 tempo rocker. The production sounds good right off the bat. Kevin Elson is the producer on this one. Production's great right off the bat. I absolutely love Pat Torpey's drum sound on this album. Eric Martin's still one of the great singers out there. The song's got a good pace to it. Like I said, it sets the tone for the whole album. The bass and guitar on this song are sounding so close together that it's kind of, for me, I can't differentiate some parts of it.
Oh, okay.
But when the solo section starts, boom, there's friggin' fantastic. The solo is fantastic from Paul Gilbert. I mean, he's another guy that should be in the holy fuck, this guy is amazing guitar player conversation, but you rarely hear it unless you're specifically talking about the band. And so I love it. I think it's great. And this one is still a live staple, and I think it was the opening track because BC just did the live album for his birthday episode that we had a couple weeks ago. So we're actually leaning into Mr. Big time this year, you know. But I think it's a great start to the album. It really is, and this is one that you'll see. They'll probably play it in every set till they pack it in.
Right. Then song number 2, Alive and Kickin'. Love the opening riff on this one. It almost has like a soulful southern feel to it when it starts. Then it kicks into a really cool upbeat part of the song. There's just one little woohoo for you, Righty. So hopefully you're sucked in at that point.
Better than none.
Yeah, right. I love Pat's loud drums on this song. Super crisp and loud out front. The harmonies of this band at the chorus are just perfection. You know, like I said before, I love when I hear the 3 instruments. I love when these 3 guys sing together. Like their vocals together are just amazing. And even there's a really cool at the outro. I call it the outro chorus. There's a really cool guitar part in the background, and it goes back and forth to your headphones, which is really, really cool. And that's probably just because of the reissued 30th anniversary that I listened to instead of just the original one. But yeah, really good 1-2 punch off this album to start. Righty, what do you think about Alive and Kickin'?
I like this one. I've always liked this song. It's like he's got that little plinky picking thing going on in the beginning there, and then it kicks in like a groove rocker, and he does that finger picking thing during the verses. That's cool. And actually, between the first song and this song, Billy Sheehan's bass seems really tame for him on these first 2 songs for me. I mean, it's good. I mean, he's right in the pocket, but there's none of the crazy stuff going on unless it's during a solo. The background vocals are fantastic. I love the chorus, earworm for sure. You didn't mention the cowbell though, BB. We got some cowbell going on this one. The solo is really great, but it's short. This is one that I'm like, oh, if it was just like a little bit longer. And then they kind of kick it down for like a little bluesy part after the solo. That's really cool. Then it kind of builds right back into the chorus. And these guys are 2 for 2 here for me.
All right. Phew. All right. Song number 3, which actually was another single that released. This is their single number 2, Green Tinted 60s Mind. This is just a really, really cool song. The more like Steve said, we kind of talked about Alive and King with this finger tapping, plucking. Paul Gilbert starts this song up with some cool bridge tapping once again. It's a slower mid-tempo song, kind of. Has some more amazing band harmonies, which I'm probably going to, say till I die of this album because their harmonies are just that good. And then once again, it's just a great mid-tempo song. Love Eric's vocals throughout this whole song. And it's great that I don't remember this actually hitting the radios at all. So I was kind of surprised when I read it was actually a single. But song number 3, Green Tinted 60 Minds. What do you got?
I always think Green Tinted 69 when I hear this. And it sounds like that in the chorus. Another good one. You know what? And the da that kind of, it has a Richard Marx feel for me.
Oh, okay.
On that. I don't know why. It's just like, I'm like, ooh, that sounds like a Richard Marx thing. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. And like I said, he's got that fretboard finger dance thing going on in the beginning there. Some amazing background vocals. The melody in this song is absolutely fantastic. These guys can harmonize together. You mentioned that. I love it. I think they sound fantastic together. And there's going to be a point that I'm going to bring up in a song later that kind of like baffles me. But the solo's okay in this one. He doesn't really like go crazy on this one, which it's not the song to really do that for. But I think that, I don't know, the solo didn't like really thrill me on this one. But the song is really good. I will call it like a melodic gem. And this is one I believe that they play all the time too. Right. So I like it. They got a good pace going here. They kicked ass with the first two, then they kind of slowed it down a little bit give you a little palate cleanser, a little breath in between, but not bad though.
Yeah, it's funny how you said how you're surprised how Billy Sheehan's kind of tamed down. It's surprising how they're all kind of tamed, because every once in a while, like there'll be a solo that we'll talk about later. I'm like, boy, that was like 8 seconds of magic. Why couldn't it be like 16 seconds of magic? You know what I mean? It's just like you want a little bit of more. But song number 4, CDFF, Lucky This Time. I believe the CDFF is the guitar chord that it's structured in, and it's actually a Jeff Paris cover. But I absolutely love this song. It has a little bit. This is, out of the 4, I think this is the heavier one, at least for the guitar sound in my ears, I guess you could say. Once again, I love how Eric's vocals are kind of teetering on screaming, which is cool because he kind of brings that screaming volume up just a hair on this song. Then the bridge. At the bridge, it takes like a little left turn and it starts to kind of slow down a little bit. But then it picks up at the chorus. So a little bit of a roller coaster. But once again, here's the song that I said the solo was really, really good, but I wish it was just a little bit longer. Too short for me. And once again, this going to the outro chorus, more band harmonies, which are 4 for 4 for me in this for this album so far. So what you think, Reddy?
Yeah, Lucky This Time. It's got that choppy guitar start there, very heavy feel for Mr. Big on this one. Like you got that that stomping feel to it, but I think then it gets right. It's kind of not Mr. Big-ish for the first part. And then as soon as it gets into the verses, I think we're back in the Mr. Big territory for the verses. The pre-chorus is melodic as fuck, and I love Eric's vocal delivery on this one. It's different from the first 3 songs, but it's really good. The solo is friggin' fantastic. And listen, this is one of them songs I always love to kind of pick apart like a really good solo and see what the band is doing underneath. Billy and Pat just absolutely kill it underneath the solo in this one. I mean, that's my favorite part of the song. It's a good song. It's not a favorite, but it's not a skipper either.
Right. Okay, song number 5, Voodoo Kiss. This has like a different, like a cool beat, kind of funk to it. It starts off kind of like in a more of acoustic plucking start, I will say. And then it kind of kicks in with a little electric guitar and drums. And Pat Tormey's drum is out front on this song, which is loud and crisp. This is kind of one of the first songs you hear, like Billy has a little background deep vocal part. Another song where the guitar kind of jumps around in your headphones, which is really, really neat. Once again, I love the solo. I guess it's perfect, but I just want to hear a little bit more from Mr. Gilbert. But Voodoo Kiss, what do you have?
I enjoy this one as well.
Right.
You got a little flamingo guitar in the beginning there.
There you go. That's cool. It.
It's another stomping groove because I like you get that good stomp kind of pace that you get from Billy and Pat Torpey. And I love the drums in this one too. In this one, we're back to the Billy Sheehan bass that we know and love. The not crazy stuff,
right.
but it's more prominent in this song, I think. Fun deep track. And this is a deep track. I don't know if they play this one live or ever have. I don't know.
They may have. Yeah, I believe it was
back in the day.
I believe it was on BC's album.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it though. The solo is like kind of choppy, but it's very cool. And then he gets some shredding in at the end. I think it's good. Like you said, and it's funny. I said that I like the production on this one, and I'm like, why do I know that name, Kevin Nelson? He's the one that produced like Journey Escape, Journey Frontiers.
Oh, okay.
So I think the dude knows what he's doing. He does. He just is fantastic, and I like the production of this one. And Paul Gilbert, I don't know. He's not being let loose, I don't think, on this album yet. For me, you know what I mean? But it's fantastic, but it's not. It seems restrained. I don't know if it's not really playing wise, but more of a time thing. I don't know. The songs aren't terribly long, but they're. I think he could give a little bit more, right? Who knows what was cut out or shortened or whatever. But I want him to be unleashed, BB.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because this is a short album. It's like 46 minutes and 9 seckons. So they clipped.
Yeah,
maybe they're clipping
not too
a
bad though for 91. But I mean, that was the time when you started being able to, I believe, put like more on a CD.
Right. When
CDs were out, you know what I mean? So and people were really getting every second they could out of a CD. I mean, they didn't hear, but I think, figure, all right, it's like 46 minutes and 9 seconds. Say you stretch out a couple of these songs a little solo-wise each one, just to make it a 50-minute. Like, what's another 4 minutes? Like, you say like 30 seconds per song. It's not that much.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Even a cool, I don't like fade-out solos, but like, just they could have stretched them out a little bit. More. You know what I mean? I mean, you're going on 50 minutes anyways, but I just think that he needs to be unleashed.
Yeah. Back to your question, Voodoo Kiss was not on BC's live album from Live Mr. Big in San Francisco, but it is in the set list. So it just didn't make the album.
Show.
Yes.
Okay, because I remember we talked about, but when they expanded it, right?
Right.
It was in there. Okay.
Yep. All right, song number 6, Never Say Never. No, I love this song. Another fast-paced rocker. Once again, the band harmonies in the background are great. Pat's drums are loud and out front again. Solo. This solo is definitely my favorite on the album. It's super heavy. It has a little bit more meat and potatoes from all the other 5 solos. It's extended a little bit longer. One little woohoo for Wrighty, and another thing I always about these guys, you never get the like an outro solo. You know what I mean? It always just kind of goes off. It goes like with the singing and the regular instruments, and it either fades or it just ends. Like even just what you talked about. Like even give them a little, if your solo's 8 minutes, give them a little 8 minute little outro solo, something.
And it's funny too. Listen to Journey Escape. You have Stoned in Love, and you have, I think, Who's Crying Now, that have killer solos that fade out of the songs. Come on, Kevin, work with us, fucker.
So what'd you think about number 6?
I like this one. This one got a star for me as well. I love the groove on this one. The drums are fantastic. More cowbell. Come on, you're not picking up the cowbell, BB. I really like the chorus on this one. It's very catchy. And the drums, I love the drum sound. The drum fills are fantastic on this one. The riff is fantastic. The solo, you are right, the solo just absolutely tears it up. And this is a fun song.
Nice.
I definitely enjoy this one.
All right, now you can take your deep breath. You can go to the bathroom. Song number 7, also a single, number 4 single that they released. Just Take My Heart. This is the first ballad of the album. Some more finger plucking is in the beginning. It's kind of being a thing now. Eric's vocals are kind of on the softer side for this ballad. But it has a little kick in at the chorus with some more big drum sound, which is kind of gives it a little through there. But then it slows back down after the chorus for verse 3 and 4. Then it kicks in a little bit at the end, and another big chorus sound. The way this is textured, this is like a perfect blueprint for a 1991 radio song. It's softer, big chorus, little guitar work, big drums, slower for 3 and 4, a little bit bigger for the outro chorus. But this is the first ballad, so what'd you think about ballad number 1 here?
They absolutely went to the store and they picked up the blueprints for how you do a ballad in the early 90s. But this has and it's funny too because I just looked it up. I thought I was correct, and I was. Listen to the beginning of this song. If you take the Mr. Big thing off of there and you just listen to it, it sounds like something plucked from For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge from Van Halen.
Yeah.
That guitar sound in the beginning, I'm like, holy shit, very Eddie Van Halen feel to it, tone-wise, but not Dave Van Halen stuff, Sammy Hagar Van Halen era stuff. It definitely
just
has
like the
that.
drill. They both did the drill in 91.
Right.
You know?
And it's a ballad. It's okay. Good soft vocals from Eric. Very melodic chorus. I kind of like this one. I'm not gonna, it's not gonna make a playlist, but it's decent, and the solo's pretty melodic in there. There's no crazy shreddingness, but it totally fits the song. It's decent as far as ballads go.
Yeah, I believe there's even I remember a video for this. It was a black and white video, I believe.
Like the album
and it's a good spot for a ballad. Song number 7. I think it fits well right there.
Yeah,
where
because
it lies.
really, if you look at it, like they went the first 2 songs and they slowed down a little bit, then they did it, then they had
Picked it
3
up a
more
little
good,
bit.
and then they knocked it back down again. So, no, I mean they have a good pace on the album, and the album's breathing well so far. I think.
I think you're right. I think so far it runs well, but. Maybe like that train, it may go off the track soon.
It could happen.
Song number 8, My Kind of Woman. This song it doesn't start off with a Mr. Big feel for me. It's, I don't know, it has like an 80s hair, almost like a Def Leppard-ish feel to me in a way. There's like Eric's vocals are kind of distorted, which are kind of cool because it sounds different. But it almost sounds like he's like recorded in an empty bathroom in a way. There's some cool gritty guitar sound, but there's oddly no background vocals to this song at all. It's just Eric, and I think there are a little bit of drums in there from Pat. And I don't even know if I even remember hearing a bass, little bit of guitar, but definitely totally different from anything else we heard on this album so far. Very curious what you think about this one.
All right.
We're talking about
My Kind of Woman, right?
Yes.
That's also a Chickenfoot song, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
That da-na-na-na at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
I get a Rush feel from that.
Okay.
I get like that could be like plucked from like a late 80s Rush album. But we're back to the upper mid tempo, Mr. Big here. I'm not sure why, but musically, once you get past that part that reminds me of Rush, you don't hear that again.
Again at all, right?
But I get a Cinderella feel on this song musically, and I mean, for me, that's a good thing. Make your own judgment out there. But the solo freaking rips on this one. I'm still not getting that Billy Sheehan out there. I think they're both pretty restrained on this album, and I think they were trying to go for more of a I don't know if you want to say listener friendly type thing where it's not all crazy. I won't go as far as saying crazy Yngwie shit, but like crazy like Addicted to That Rush, like the whole album full of that kind of stuff. But I think that they feel they're a little restrained. I'm using that. And actually, listen to the band Restrained, our buddy Tony Masalem. They're having a new album coming out. We're going to be playing some music for them pretty soon. It's solid. It's a solid song. I like it. And I don't know if they were just listening to Heartbreak Station, or I don't know, but
Right.
I definitely get a Cinderella feel for this.
Yeah,
one.
there was definitely an 80s.
And I'm not saying
hair.
that's bad.
No, there was definitely an 80s feel to it. I just thought it was very odd in a different vein from what was on that album, but it still fit for me. Song number 9, A Little Too Loose. Here you go. Maybe Billy gets a little loose here, but he definitely gets a little bit of the deep vocal start. You get another little Billy Sheehan vocals in here, a little bass tap in there. Then Eric comes in with a big humongous scream, which is really, really cool. Great song. And it has another different groove, like another cool kind of groove to it. You know, and it's hard to explain the groove because it seems like they're definitely doing different things in each song. These last couple songs, like it's not like you call like the Mr. Big, you know, wheelhouse. This to me has a little bit of a different feel to it. Once again, another crazy short solo, but man, Pat Tormey is definitely the MVP of this album for me. This song just puts him out there. Like the drums, the drum sound in my ears were making them bleed. I just thought the drums on this were just so good on song number 9, A Little Too Loose. What do you think about this one there, Righty?
Okay, a little slow acoustic start there. Please do not let Billy Sheehan fucking sing lead vocals. And that's what I was talking about before. Like, how could they sound so good harmony and then Billy Sheehan just sounds like ass singing on this
So
song? I
deep.
fucking hate it. He on the 1G3 he sings LaGrange from ZZ Top, and this is he trying to do that here? I don't know. It's like a mid-tempo grinder. The drums are, you're right, the drums are great, but like, is this a fuck around song? Is this just like I think this is filler for me.
Right.
The solo absolutely fucking rips. It's the only part of the song that I like. Well, besides the drums, and
Right.
you're right, the drums are absolutely fantastic on this album. But I don't know, I can't get by that, you know, that trying to be ZZ Top and like Billy Sheehan. Just be Billy Sheehan, the bass player and background singing guy, please. Love you, buddy, but dude.
Yes.
You know, and I've seen him. You know, we saw him. You weren't at the last Rocket Pod. He was there. Him and Greg Bissonette. He got a quick picture with him and stuff. He signed my Eat 'Em and Smile album. I got the both of them
nice.
to sign it. So, but very cool guy. But I just let's just play the bass.
All right, song number 10, Road to Ruin. Oh, righty. Absolutely. This is my favorite song on the album. Absolutely love this song. Acapella band vocal start, which is cool. Has a big kick in with a chugging riff. And once again, Pat's big drums right in my ears. I'm absolutely loving it. The chorus is another one of those, just showcases the band harmonies. This is that Mr. Big wheelhouse that you talked about. This is the wheelhouse that I like. Some more woohoos. Paul gets a really tear up at this solo too, which was great compared to like the last 9 songs. He's only getting 10 seconds to play. This solo is a little bit longer. They kind of let him loose for this song. But song number 10, what do you got?
Road to Ruin. The band starts, like you said, they start off the song singing, good drums and vocals at the start. I like the chugging guitar. When the chugging guitar starts, very cool. It's got some whoa-whoas in there, so I'm diving right into this one. We get some old Billy Sheehan. He shows up on this song a little bit. Him and Paul, I think they're a little less restrained. The leash is off a little bit on this song for these guys, which I friggin' absolutely love. And the solo is interesting because it starts out and it's like really kind of like a little choppy, and I was like, what the fuck? But then it's freaking rips it up at the friggin' end of it. I just and once again, I just wish the solos were longer, but this one's a little more like let's go for it kind of thing on here. Billy and Paul are being Billy and Paul on this song more than I think you got on the rest of the album together. There's parts where one was out and the other one was not. You know what I mean? But this one, I think they're in step as what you're used to from the first album. Yeah. And I love the chorus is great, fun. Just another one of those earworm choruses that you can,
Great
not
song.
stop singing once you hear it.
Oh, for sure. And song number 11, To Be With You. This is their number one song. This is the song that kind of skyrocketed these guys into radio fame, MTV fame. Kind of a bit of a tired factor for me. This was their third single off the album. But and another thing I don't like where it is. I'm a big fan of having like heavy bookends, and to have like your ballad on song number 11, your closer, it doesn't fit for me, and it almost didn't make the album. I think it was last year. It's still in the hopper. Myself and Mark Hoover from Rock 107, we actually interviewed Eric Martin. So for the Lean In Into It 30th anniversary, before it was released, he was kind of doing like a radio plug type thing. We got a good 25 minute interview with him, and he actually said that this song almost didn't make the album. It was just almost kind of as we talked about, a filler in a way. But he goes, imagine if this song didn't make the album, we're not talking right now, because pretty much this is it. This is their song. And like I said, it was all over the place. A little bit of tire factor. It is where it is, and it lays where it lays. So, what'd you think of the closer?
I'm with you 1,000%. Road to Ruin, I think, would have been a fantastic closer for this
Definitely.
album. You know what I mean? Like, it takes you out on a high note. We all know this song. It's, I'm interested to hear that interview as well, because I haven't heard it yet.
Okay.
And so this is like extreme with more than words. This is the song that pigeonholed these guys for that kind of stuff. Right. I mean, hey, it got them, like Eric said, it got them, up there. But for mainstream, like, deep track, hard rock guys like us, we're like, what the fuck is this shit?
Right.
And to end the album with it was like, kind of a bitter pill to swallow. There was definitely ear burn on this one, burned out. And actually, I'm glad that it's at the end. Yeah, they could have ended the album better, but I'm glad that it's at the end, so I could just say, okay, this is like a 10-song album.
Yep, this is a really good 10-song album. 5 and 5.
Listen to the album all the way through, and then just go, to the next album.
Right.
But I mean, take that factor away. Take you've heard it a million times out of the equation. It's not bad. The harmonies are great in it. I could see why the chicks dug it and stuff like that. And I love it because they don't do it like, I don't know if they do it live at the end of their sets, but it's a good piss song for Mr. Big.
Right, definitely.
It really is. So, like I said, I'd rather Ruin at the end, but,
Yes. All right, so there's a first album leaned into it. Righty, what'd you think about this album?
I think it's a good follow-up to the debut album. Billy Sheehan is very tame on this album as well. Eric Martin killing it vocally, still sounds fantastic to this day. Pat Torpey absolutely kicks ass on the drums in this one. And like I said before, Paul Gilbert, he's one of them guys that should be talked about. And, how about, who do you, put together a dream band?
Right.
He's a guy that probably 98 people out of 100 won't say. But if someone said, I want Paul Gilbert in my band, they'd be like, holy shit, that's fucking fantastic. Right. You know what I mean? And I think that he's a guy that should be. We saw him live. He was friggin' funny as hell, right?
Yep.
He did a bunch of Mr. Big songs, and he had a great band with him, and he did the vocals on the guitar.
Yeah.
They were instrumentals, the Mr. Big songs, but he did them. He did the vocals on the guitar. It was freaking fantastic.
Yeah. This is a great sophomore album for these guys. Easily put into that category of supergroup. I'm not sure if Pat was kind of came out of anywhere, but I love to know how these guys got together, because these guys, album 2 out of the gate, super tight musicians, out the wazoo. They're just real musicians. I think we already talked about this. I think the album is produced fantastically. Super crisp sound to these guys. You can hear all instruments, like I said before. And probably the only thing I would flip-flop would be the last 2 songs on the album, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right. So there's our first album leaned into it. And our second half, we will be getting into their third album, Bump Ahead. But before we get into that, let's get into our gem song of the day. Dylan's going to play a new song out. I think these guys are out of Germany. The band is called Sinner. And the song is called Reach Out. It's off their new album that was just released a couple of months ago. The album is called Brotherhood. So the band is Sinner with the song Reach Out. Go ahead and play it, Dylan. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the band Sinner with the song Reach Out this week. But let's see what Wrighty's got on tap for his gem.
Okay, today I was perusing Facebook, as I will do occasionally. And I've mentioned this Facebook group many times on the podcast. The Melodic Mafia, our buddy Wes Haskins has it. And met him on the Monster Rock Cruise. Very cool guy. And his wife Jen is friggin' fantastic. She actually dove in the pool with all her clothes on to get a guitar pick that floated to the bottom of the pool for him. So she's definitely a keeper. Very cool. And so one of the guys posted on there, hey, I haven't listened to this album in years, and I dismissed it at the time when it came out, but check it out. It's friggin' fantastic. So I'm like, you know what? I haven't heard these guys in a while either. Murder Dolls. And the album is called Women and Children Last. Great, like, straightforward metal. The vocals, they're not Cookie Monster vocals, but they've got some gruffness to it.
Okay.
Very cool. Some of the songs on there. Chapel of Blood, Bored to Death, Drug Me to Hell is fantastic. Summertime Suicide, Pieces of You. It's crazy. It's like it's just under an hour, and even with the, I don't even know how long it is without the bonus tracks, but there's 18 songs on there, and it's not even an hour long.
Wow.
So they're good, quick, in and out.
Nice.
Metal songs, some great guitar playing on there. And I'll have to ask Dylan. I believe we saw these guys. I want to say they opened up for Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but I want to say it's either I'm thinking of these guys or Wednesday 13 that the drummer played for Rob Zombie and this band.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it was Murder Dolls, though.
Gotcha.
And so good album. Check it out. You may not like it vocally. You won't hate it vocally.
Right.
But it's not Cookie Monster vocals, but they're gruffer vocals.
I'll definitely have to check it out.
But the music is fantastic. It's just the album just rips.
Right. All right. For myself, I'm gonna pick the band I think you pronounce it Vypera, Vypera. This is also someone on that Melodic Mafia Facebook page that they were really digging. So I wanted to kind of showcase these guys, put them out there, and see what you guys thought of. But the song is called Standing on the Edge. This was another 2002 release, so I'm all over the board here with this new release stuff for these songs, between listening and picking a gem and picking my other gem song. But so definitely check it out. Really, really cool stuff out there. Vypera, Standing on the Edge, and I believe the album is called Eat Your Heart Out. So guys, check those two gems out while we get back. What do you got ready?
While we're speaking of the Melodic Mafia, I just want to personally thank Wes Haskins because he'll post. I've done it too on Facebook. Like if I'm listening to one of my records, I'll take a picture of the album cover and the record actually playing.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And he posted one the other day, and it was Brittany Fox, Bite Down Hard. And I'm like, wow, I've been really looking for that album for a long time. Like if you look and if you can find a copy on Discogs, they're way expensive. And I'm like, I'm not paying that for that. And I didn't even notice that the album was like a colored version. So he says, here, he sent me the link. And I'm like, holy shit, it was like freaking like $28. That's with shipping included. So then I texted BB, and I knew he was on vacation. I didn't know if he would be able to order it. So I texted BB, so I ordered him one. And then I sent the link to BC, so he got one. So all three of us got an album we've been looking for forever for $30, for under $30, because of the Melodic Mafia and West. So thank you very much. And guys, listen, if you like Brittany Fox at all and you have not heard Bite Down Hard, it is fucking fantastic. Just check it out. You won't be sorry. Fantastic. Sure. And it's the first album with Tommy Paris and Dizzy Dean is gone. So
right.
I just wanted to throw that out there, that quick thank you, because that's just insane that we were able to get that album that I've been looking for since I started recollecting vinyl.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Wes. That was an easy purchase.
And actually, I have BB's Brittany Fox money right here.
Woohoo! All right, let's get into the do we call it the third album? Do we call it a junior album? Like,
Yeah,
their third album?
I guess album number 3.
Album number 3 for Mr. Big. This is a funny album cover. It is a funny title. So their third album is called Bump Ahead. It was released September 17th, 1993 in the U.S. And it's just the same 4 guys as there were before. You got Pat, Eric, Paul, and Billy. There's 2 actual singles released off this album that I'll talk about later. It's off their Atlantic label, and it's 44 minutes and 41 seconds. Released in California, but the album cover, righty, perfect for an album called Bump Ahead. What do you think of the album cover?
It's pretty cool. Like, you got the the bumper of a car going by, and some dude, I don't know if he's poking his head out of a manhole or if he's buried in the middle of the street or whatever, and he's kind of looking up at the sky like, okay, I'm just waiting to die here, or someone to get me out of this thing. So it's actually pretty cool. So you could take it like Bump Ahead or Bump Ahead.
True. And once again, it's almost like Lean Into It. Just have Mr. Big on it. Nothing fancy about the cover. It's just kind of like a black and white or a black, white, and light blue cover.
Like a blue tinted thing.
Like nothing spectacular coming out of here, the album cover. But let's pick this bad boy apart, if you would call it a bad boy. But song number 1, it opens up with Colorado Bulldog. I just think this song is funny because the beginning of the song has dogs barking, but it's a fast-paced rocker right out of the gate. And once you hear those dogs bark, it just makes you laugh and giggle. But some crazy time changes in the song. It's a little bit different, a little bit out of that Mr. Big wheelhouse that we kind of talked about before and Lean Into It. But the solo is off the charts. Crazy, crazy, crazy solo. Billy's back with his deep background vocals that Wrighty loves so much. But some really cool finger plucking in the end of the solo. But not too bad for an Oprah, Wrighty. What'd you think about the barking dogs out of Colorado Bulldog?
It kind of took me by surprise, and I have to. I've never listened to this album at all.
Okay.
Before you picked this band.
Okay.
I was like, holy shit, I like it. The dog barking, okay, that's different start for an album, which is okay. The band, you get the band jam, and then you're like, okay, and now I'm thinking, okay, where's this going to go? And then it kicks into like a hard rocker. Right off the bat, once the song kicks in, I get the Unleashed Billy right off the bat. Good sign. The song friggin' rocks. The bass is back. And listen to the bass, how he walks that bass during the verses. Awesome. The whole band is showcased in this song, I think, and I like that since they ended the last album with a dud or thud for me, you gotta jam right off the bat. The solo section just fucking rocks. The bass and the drums underneath the ripping solo from Paul just absolutely kills. Amazing rocking start. I am like, okay, if I got an album of this, I am going to be one happy person.
All right. Phew. Song number 2, ready. Price You Gotta Pay. Now, if you like song number 1, I absolutely love this song. Right, this is my favorite on the album. It has that chunky galloping guitar from Paul, which is really, really cool. Big drum sound once again. Eric vocals are right in that tone that I love. First time that you hear a harmonica. I think in the whole catalog, I think this is the first harmonica song, and I think that's what really, really sucked me in because it's just totally different for these guys. Love the longer than average Mr. Big solo in this song, and then finally we get a little guitar harmonica outro solo from a song. So far, Righty, I'm all in 1-2 punch.
All right, this is my favorite song of the album as well.
Nice.
This one is see right there, got 3 stars.
Perfect.
Price You Gotta Pay, and automatically there was a local band around here that was called Prowler, and they had a song, Price You Gotta Pay.
Oh, okay.
and it had like the, you know, when the song Black Sabbath kicks in, the the whole song was that riff.
Oh, wow.
And it was the song, the price you got to pay. The dude sounds just like fucking Bon Scott. Freaking fantastic. We found that CD, me and BC. I'm embarrassed to say we paid $100 for that fucking CD about 10 years ago. We each paid $50.
My most expensive CD I've ever purchased.
But you know what? I'll have to bust it out one of these days. I'll have to play it for you. It's fantastic. But anyway, that.
Now, not to cut you off, but is that the Prowler? We had a tape of Prowler too.
It's that same thing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we never saw it on CD.
Right.
We had the cassette tape
somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. I remember the tape.
I used to drive a hearse part-time for funerals and stuff. And that was one of the tapes I played in because that's how long ago it was. I had a tape player in the hearse, and I used to play that driving to the cemetery with a casket in the back. So yeah, but you know what? They keep up the pace here. Another hard rocking song. This is a little slower tempo than the first song, but still heavy. The guitar tone is great. The chorus is fantastic. I love the guitar during the verse, and like goddamn the harmonica solo. Then the guitar solo. This part in this song is my favorite part of any Mr. Big song that I've ever heard. And the guy that plays the harmonica, his name is Little John Christley, by the way. And I fucking love this song. Paul rips it up throughout the rest of the song. More harmonica playing it out. Damn. At the end I have damn. Love it. Kick ass. This is the best song that we're going to talk about the whole night.
Yes. Did Harpo's harmonica guy, was he Old John or Little John?
No.
Oh.
Blind Lou Zambuca. His name
that's
was,
it.
Remember? Yeah.
Okay.
Little John.
Not even close.
Was the big African American guy that picked up me and BC and was jumping with us.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, at least I had somewhat of a Little John in there. All right, song number 3, Promise Her the Moon. All right, we slow it down for this song. Definitely nothing like the first 2 songs out of the gate. Soft drums and guitar. I have written down, trying maybe to be another, To Be With You. But once again, I totally understand. It's 1993. They're trying to get another radio hit out there. But this is one of many slower songs that we're going to talk about at this album, and it brings down the really good tempo that the first 2 albums had, and now you can kind of see what 1993 brings. You know, the ballady sounds, the trying to get on the radio thing, but like I said, I totally understand it, and it kind of works. I just don't like where it falls in the album for me. I wish it was kind of flip-flopped here, but what'd you think of song number 3?
Yeah, it definitely gives you a breather after the first 2 songs, and it's not bad. You know, ballad type song, nice vocals from Eric. You know, we've heard it before. Another perfect template for this type of song. I wish it was a little deeper in the album, maybe a little bit, but it gets worse later.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it though.
Right. Gotcha. All right, song number 4. What's It Gonna Be? Now we pick it back up, righty. There's a kind of an upbeat rocker. It has like a toe tappy feel to it. Very bass heavy for me. They kind of unleash Billy on this. I hope you have that written down. Because very, very bass heavy for me. The solo's heavy. It actually leads into a very short but also as heavy outro solo, which is really, really I like. And that really cool faded ending. I'm like you, Righty. I'm not a big fan of the faded endings. I like more that abrupt boom, done. But this kind of fades, cool. But at least they're bringing the tempo back up with this song. Did you agree with the tempo version of this?
Yeah, I do. The drum beat at the start is cool. And Paul's guitars are nice and crunchy sounding, I think, for me. Good bass groove in there. Heavy Mr. Big feel to it. It kind of harkens back to a couple songs in the last album. You get that heavy kind of groove kind of thing going on there. The chorus is really catchy. Very cool feel. There's some woohoos in there, BB. The chorus is, we're getting back to an earworm type chorus. And the solo's later in the song. It's later. Kind of not where you would expect it to be, but it absolutely rips. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yes.
We are back ripping. We are getting unleashed. We had restrained. Now we're getting a little unleashed here on some of these songs. And you're right about the bass. Like, Billy and Pat just absolutely kill it on this song as well. I like this song. This one got 2 stars for me.
Nice. Good. All right, Righty.
Yeah, I know.
So much for those 2 stars, buddy. Because song number 5, Wild World. This is actually a cover of the Cat Stevens song. So I cannot say I've ever heard that song. But
it's just as bad.
I'm sure. Because this is slow song number 2, if you will. Almost I want to call it To Be With You Too. Once again, this song was released, I think this was the first single they released off this album. Once again, just like Promise of the Moon, I understand why they're releasing it. It's a slow little, plinky rocker, very radio friendly, more soft vocals, more soft guitars, more plucking acoustic guitars. Like, I understand it. Now, out of the 5 songs, we're 2 slow songs in. Now it's like, like I'm already missing the old Mr. Big. But like I said, and I keep saying this, I totally understand it. You're trying to make the bank. You're trying to hit that another To Be With You song. So what'd you think about Wild World?
Okay, and like I said, the original version sucks too. It's pretty true to the original version. I think I haven't heard that in years, but I do remember hearing it. Even Mr. Big cannot save this shit show of a song. And I'm just gonna say, as Sonny Pooney would say, complete shit. Next.
100% correct. All right, song number 6, Mr. Gone. And it's funny because when I first heard this album, I thought it was Mr. Jones, thinking of Mr. Jones that you used to work with, Mr. Jones.
Oh, okay.
and it's funny because I haven't listened to this album in probably a good couple years. And they're like, oh, Mr. Jones. Oh, wait, no, Mr. Gone. Mr. Gone. But this is just a old, straight, right out of the Rock University rocker. This is just straightforward rock to me. There's nothing fancy to it. There's some cool bass runs in it, which, like we've kind of talked about in the last couple songs, we're letting Billy go off a little bit. But I love when Eric's vocals kind of build up to almost screaming, like right at the bridge. He builds up to the chorus. He's almost screaming at that point. I love where that voice goes at that. There's some cool plastic cowbell. I finally wrote it down, right? He finally got some cowbell in there.
18 songs,
man, oh man. And once again, this song really brings out the band harmonies in this one so far. They kind of been, to me, kind of missing compared to the Lean Into It album at the chorus. But not bad, not too bad, righty. Definitely not a skipper, but it's not a home run.
You know what's missing in this song? There's no guitar solo in this song.
Oh.
Yeah, it starts with like a little marching drum cadence thing there, a couple walking bass lines for Billy. The guitar is pretty smooth in there. I like how this one like kind of picks up and it gets going. The guitar is pretty choppy. The background melody harmonies are really good. Like you said, we get some cowbell, a little more walking bass lines. No solo. Like I said, it's not too bad, but not a favorite.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not a skipper, but it's like
not a favorite,
okay.
not a skipper.
And when it's over, like, okay.
Right.
I'm glad it's over.
Right, gotcha. Song number 7.
Oh, you know what? And I like how you say the right out of the Rock University. I like that.
All right, how about song number 7? The Whole World's Gonna Know. I like this song. This is probably my second favorite off the album. Has some cool guitar distortion in the beginning of it. Has a great funky groove to it. It's not as melodic as like the other Mr. Big kind of earworms are, but it's different, and maybe that's why I really kind of tend to go to this song. And it's a little bit more, not like I said, it's not as melodic. It has a little bit more meat and potatoes to it again. The solo is really, really good once again, and I'm glad that this album, they're kind of extending the solos just a little bit compared to Lean Into It. Like that's what the songs that I like has like a little bit more meat and potatoes to the solo. So, what'd you think about The Whole World's Gonna Know?
I don't mind this one. I like this one too. It's got that Van Halen, Sammy Hagar era
Plinkage, it's in there.
feeling again on the guitar tone at the beginning there.
That must be why I like it.
Could be.
That's why
Could
it's like
could
that.
be. Which I'm surprised that I don't hate it.
Exactly.
I'm only kidding. It's got a good kick in, a good like upper mid tempo song if you want to call it. The chorus is good. The background vocals are excellent on this one. And Paul does tear off a great melodic solo in this one. And I just put in there, goddamn, he's great. Really, this is a really good song for me. And it's weird too because we were talking about the length of the last album and that they weren't, the solos weren't longer. This one they're longer, but this album's shorter.
Right.
I mean, not by a whole lot.
Yeah.
But it's shorter.
Definitely. I wonder if it's all the trying to keep it radio friendly songs just above 3 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's some short songs on here.
Oh, speaking of a short lovey-dovey song, song number 8, Nothing But Love. I really don't have nothing but love for this song. Once again, slow song number 3. I think it's even a violin start in this. It's definitely not a Paul Gilbert screaming guitar. The violin kicks it off. It kind of builds to a little bit of a feel to this song, but once again, I'm just gonna call this song "To Be With You" number 3. It's just meh for me.
Read what I just wrote.
This one is kind of meh for me.
Oh my god, it is. It's like the band, like 30 seconds in, feels like 30 minutes. The band finally kicks in. In this one, I don't know. It kind of feels like it wants to take off, but it doesn't. The solo is really melodic. The only saving grace of it for me is that this one is like you read. This one is kind of meh for me. Yeah. This is sorry, dog. No.
Sorry, there, Colorado Bulldog, but no. Song number 9, Temperamental. This one we pick it up a little bit. It's kind of an upbeat rocker, but we're back to the band harmony, which is good. The drums and bass are all front, holding a really cool soulful beat throughout the whole song, which I really, really like. Once again, the solo is a short one, so who knows if this was left over from Lean It In, because they're just in and out solo. A little bit of different spoken word at the end of this song. This is almost kind of in the same vein of Mr. Gone. It's all right. It has its points. It has its stars in it, as you will, in there. But it's just another song that's not bad, but it's not out of the park. So what do you think about Temperamental?
I really like this one.
Oh, okay, good.
Actually, I do. Heavy riff. You got some cowbell. You missed cowbell again, BB.
Man,
Jeez, are you anti-cowbell? What the fuck?
My headphones must have the headphones turned off of cowbell.
He's got the cowbell blocker on his headphones. It's got like a good heavy groove, kick-ass background vocals. This one's got like groove like all fucking day long here. The melodic guitar fills all the way through. Choppy guitar that leads into the solo is great. The band is absolutely killing it on this one. Billy and Pat are just like absolutely going crazy, killing it on this one. Fun song. A little extra cowbell at the end as well, BB. I really like that one. That got 2 stars.
All right.
I enjoyed that one.
Whew. All right, song number 10. I don't think this got any righty stars. This is the other single they released off this album. Ain't Seen Love Like That. Another slow song, ballady type song. The vocals are good in this song. Because I think the guitar and the drums are so kind of like quiet. I think Eric's vocals out of this are really, really good. It really showcases, his singing ability. But slow song number 4, I'm almost kind of getting tired of the slower stuff. But once again, his vocals kind of carry for me. Just another meh. I can't believe we're 4 songs of slow. But once again, we're trying to hit that home run of To Be With You. But what you think of song number 10, the single?
Yeah, I think we're throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. I really don't have a lot to say about this. The background vocals are solid. The songs are right, I guess, but it's definitely a pass for me on this one because it's just they're starting to lose me.
Yeah,
they're starting to it's like, ooh, rockin' song, ooh, not rockin' song, ooh, really good song, then I'm like, ugh,
yeah,
just too much of this stuff on this one. I'll talk more on that at the end.
And song number 11, the closing track, the free cover, the song "Mr. Big." I think this is a cool song. This is definitely a better closer than Lean Into It. I love, once again, we're back into that Mr. Big wheelhouse. You can hear all three instruments. The production is perfect. It's very soulful. Really cool. Killer extended solo. The awesome bass run underneath the solo, which is even cooler. Righty, this solo of this song finally gets the Sick Banana solo of the night for me. And I love the big drum ending of this song. Just a really cool song. Really cool feel. I just wondered if Mr. Sheehan enjoys this song, because it just seems like it has that birth of the Winery Dogs in it. For me. What you think? I guess not.
I'm not sure we listen to the same song.
Oh, no.
The drum beat at the beginning is cool. I've never heard the original song of this one. And this makes me not want to go back to listen to the original song. I think the song kind of sucks.
Oh, no.
I think it's boring. It's a terrible ending song. This is where we get the BB Steve grindage that we've been waiting for the whole episode.
Yeah, right.
And believe me, none of us knew what either was going to say, because there were a couple times during the week, and I was going to be like, man, this song fucking rocks. I'm like, oh, this song sucks. But I'm like, nope. Save it. And I think this song blows. They have totally lost me at the end of this album.
No.
Just and I don't even think the solo's great on this one. I'm going to have to listen to it again. I don't get Sick Bananas from this at all.
Oh, no. Righty.
Maybe I'm going to have to... I'll listen
I hope
to
my
it.
notes are... Now I'm checking to make sure
I'll listen to it again.
I checked the...
I didn't get...
I did the right song.
Because I was like... I'm like... I don't know. Honestly, this was like... Really this only solo on the thing that I'm like... This is not showcase Paul Gilbert at all. Maybe I listened to the wrong fucking song. I'm going to have to go back and listen to it again. I'll listen to it again tonight, and I'll text you, and we'll see. I don't know.
It's funny because now I'm looking, because the album ends there, but of course Apple Music has...
Oh, is it bonus tracks?
There's a couple of them on there. So
I didn't do it. I didn't listen to them.
No, I didn't either. That's why I just wanted to do right to the original album. But
maybe subconsciously you're like, this song sucks, and you went to one of the bonus tracks.
Could be because
about that.
Long Way Down is a pretty good song. It Ain't Seen Love Like That. Nah. No. But yeah, I could. I hope I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm like, this song's a dud.
Well, we're gonna have to listen to it, and we'll have to see what we think. But seeing what we think, Righty, what did you actually think about this album?
Okay, it's weird because like the first album, I liked a lot more songs, right? But the songs that I really like on this album, I like better than the ones I really liked on the first album.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Too many duds on it for me. Too much trying to, like you said, they were going to the well too many times for the ballad type thing, and there's two covers on this album.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. There's two covers. I mean, in my opinion, they both suck. But I don't know. This could have been another 10-song album, and believe me, I'm not like Sonny Pooney. I don't care if songs are longer, but I don't know. I just felt that they could have cut it down to 10.
Right.
You know. And then, but even if they did, say they didn't do the Mr. Big, the free cover, they would have ended with Ain't Seen Love Like That. They would have ended with another freaking ballad.
Yep.
So
another ballad, another
for me,
single. Yeah.
Two crappy album enders for me, but you get more of the Billy Sheehan that you've been looking for on this album. You get more of the Paul Gilbert that you've been looking for on this album. On the songs that are good, you know what I mean? Not on the ballads, not on the sappy shit, but on the songs that rock, you get the Billy you want, you get the Paul Gilbert that you want. And as always, Pat Torpey, rest in peace, Pat. But I didn't realize how awesome he is. I can't, because there's an album when we do this later on that is absolutely killer album, and he was friggin' excellent.
That goes
in the
Sick
production.
Bananas on the drums.
Yeah, and the production on this album is fantastic as well. And man, this is one fucking talented band.
Yeah, I can pretty much echo what you just said. Word for word. I honestly, the thing that really gets me with this album, it doesn't flow well. There's too many ballads or slower songs, if you will. And some of the songs just don't have that cool Mr. Big feel to it. You're just like, man, they're all right. Like, they're meh. You know what I mean? That first album, it flowed well. Only like 2 slower songs. And like you said, you could stop at song 10 instead of going on. Like this one, it seems like, I don't know if it's because, that song just skyrocketed these guys. They were doing tours out the wazoo. Was this album just thrown together and super duper quick and record it and write it and try to get another hit? That's why there's 4 ballads and not so much of a good, band sound. It's more of maybe like a Atlantic sound that they want another hit on their hands instead of letting these guys do what they do. But production wise, musician wise, harmonies, still the songs that are on here that are good are really, really good, and the ones that are duds are really, really duds. It's almost like it's like a 2-world.
Right. I think there's a lot more balance on Lean Into It.
Right.
No pun intended. But I do. I think there's more balance on there. There's I don't like the song order on this second one. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know.
It's all over. It's all over the place. Yeah. Well, guys, there you go. There's the album 2 and number 3 of Mr. Big, Lean Into It and Bump Ahead. Hope you guys enjoyed these albums. So let's wrap it up, Righty. What do you say, buddy?
Okay, I enjoy these episodes. You were the final one of the original Potter Than Hell crew to do the album duo episode, and I was glad you picked Mr. Big because I'm a hits guy. I know mostly the stuff, and I did have Lean Into It, so I have heard that whole album before. I mean, haven't listened to it in years. Bump Ahead, I've never listened to ever all the way at all. I never even had it. So this was, I've heard Wild World, of course, and what's that other one? Ain't Seen Love Like That. But those I've heard before, but and see, they did themselves a disservice with me because they're 2 songs they put out, and I'm like, I'm not gonna buy that album because I don't like them 2 songs. I think they suck. You know what I mean? So they kind of did themselves a disservice for me, but it was cool listening to this album. Like I said, the ones that I like on this album, I love on this album, but I like a lot more numerically on the first album. Yeah. So I would go, if I had to rank them, I would go probably Lean Into It a little more, but I'm very, very close to a tie on this because I love like Colorado Bulldog, Price You Gotta Pay, What's It Gonna Be, and Temperamental. Like I have 2 and 3 stars for those songs, where I only have 3 2-star songs on the first album, but I have more single stars on the first album. But cool doing this. I'm glad that we're doing this. It gives everybody a break, except for me, which I don't care. Dylan will be, of course, editing it as well, but it gives him a break, and then him and they don't have to listen to albums, and you got a break when Dylan BC did theirs.
Right.
And actually, I'm having some other people come on to do these, give you guys a break as well. And it'll give everybody a total break. But we'll come back and we'll do the next 2 albums for Mr. Big. We'll do the next 2 albums from the Lean Axe for BC. We'll do the next 2 Queen albums for Dylan. And I like these. I'm kind of glad that I thought to do this. It gives, like I said, this is the first we've recorded, just you and I, since Nashville. And I want to say it was 2019 maybe 2019.
Yeah, it was before Corona.
Yeah, so it was the 3rd Rockin' Pod, I think. And so, I enjoy this. I like when you can have the just the back and forth. And I knew we were going to butt heads at some point. I knew
yeah,
we were. It literally took till right at the end.
last,
But it happened. I knew it was going to happen. But I love this. And, I just want to thank our listeners out there for, for hanging with us for all these years. And we had a ton of cool shit coming up. I literally have shows scheduled till the middle of January for what we're doing. I'm going to tweak it a little bit as we go. And so there's going to be some cool episodes, couple surprises coming up in the next couple months. So stay tuned. And BB, thanks for indulging me with this format, as you will. And when we do the other ones, enjoy your break.
Nice. Yeah, thanks for letting me take the wheels. I hope I did you justice. Finally giving you a break. Kind of in a way. I think it's a little bit easier, too, compared to 4. We're only talking over each other just a little bit, and give Dylan a break because there's only one really bad part that he has to edit. So it'll be easy for him to do that. But honestly, this was a great episode. I've loved Mr. Big ever since their first album, and I can't wait to hear what happens down the road because there's a little stir up in the lineup, if you will, with some different people in this band. But guys out there, thank you, each and every one of you, sharing, downloading, streaming, listening to us. You guys mean the world to us. And once again, Wrighty, thank you for letting me drive the Cadillac here. This is fun. This is a really good time. This is almost addicting in a way, and I see why you are who you are every week, because you know your shit, and this is good. This is really good stuff. And hope you enjoyed Mr. Big. Take care of yourself and each other. And there will be a next time, and there definitely will be a next time.
Just do that again. Dylan, he's going to do it again.
I'm going to do it one more time. All right, guys, and take care of yourselves and each other. And there will... Why can't I get this?
It happens. It does.
And guys, take care of yourselves and each other, and there will be a next time, and there definitely will be a next time. And that's it, Dylan. I'm done. I can't think anymore. We're ending the show.